pig with work.
I don't know if things are big enough or if people want me to want me to make things larger. That's gonna have to be a sort of as people actually show up, figure it out kind of thing. But let's go ahead and ping, I guess. I will not ping the Prep Stars server.
About to say, just go ahead and ping Quincy, have him come on in to watch.
All right. So, welcome to anybody who does show up. I didn't record this. I guess I could, or I'm probably just gonna send this directly over to YouTube as it is, with no alterations. Let's be honest. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and, while I'm streaming, because that's the best time to remember to do things. Let's go ahead and start the export of the draft analysis over to my YouTube channel. You know.
I'll be sure not to say anything that gets you in trouble on both Twitch and YouTube.
I'll set it to private for now so I can set up a description and a whatchamacallit later. Anyway. We're gonna do this every week, whether or not people come to watch, because I figure it's probably better to actually do my draft or my prep live for now, rather than secretly. I don't even know if it's a secret, but like privately, because it just is how I prep in a way that is probably conducive to this anyway. So anyway, Week 1 we were playing Scoots. I don't know what his team name is in this league. I could look it up. I probably should look it up if I'm uploading this to YouTube.
Let me look it up for you real quick.
Because it's not all in one place. So Scoots is the Bracknell Belly Bolts this season.
Yep.
That's new. He's coming out of retirement for this, I believe. And if you look at the schedule right now, I play him twice. I don't think that's going to stick, but it's true right now, or at least it was true last I checked. So all right, Finfin's here, and we're gonna vibe, and we're gonna rock out to building a team today. We did talk a little bit in advance about this team. Basically, I put it in the front office space that I have. I'll always do this, I guess, before these, just so there's like a preliminary look, so we're not doing like a true first look at the teams, because you want at least to have like kind of glanced at things beforehand, so we have a direction or a thought for team building. Otherwise, this would take a little bit longer. But right off the bat, just so we get it out of the way, my team, which I will not announce every week unless it changes, is Sneasler, Hydreigon, Oricorio, Rillaboom, Noctowl, Vaporeon, Scizor, Bloodmoon, Ursaluna, Diancie, and Bronzong. My opponent's team is Terrakion, Zapdos, Gouging, Fire, Gardevoir, Blastoise, Decidueye, Skarmory, Scrafty, Donphan, and Ariados. There is some scrolling rules on the bottom of the page, so keep an eye on those. But more than likely, it's not comprehensive, so if you have more questions, ask, and I'll keep adding to it. The most important thing is that Dire Claw is banned. Everything else is pretty sensible, but I'm not allowed to use Dire Claw even though I have a Sneasler. That said, I just don't really see a great Sneasler check on my opponent's roster. Like,
I mean,
we talked about this a little bit beforehand, but
There is one thing I could see them potentially bringing that might slow it down, depending on which Caesar type of set you bring.
Well, so it's just like, I guess check is not the right word. I don't see a counter for it because it has answers for everything on their roster. Right? If they run the Ariados to resist both of my stabs, I have access to Fire Punch, I have access to Rock Slide, I can just U-turn. If they run Decidui to counter close combat, obviously there's knockoff. No, it doesn't get knockoff, but there's Night Slash, there's Shadow Claw, Throat Chop.
See, the thing that jumped out to me that, at least looking at it, that I would potentially use to counter it is Blastoise.
How does Blastoise counter a Sneasler? Unless you're running
Well,
Confusion.
not necessarily counter, but depending on the set you have, it can run Haze to stop any setup, and it has enough bulk that it should be able to live some hits. If they run Rocky Helmet, punish you for hitting damage. If you go Dire Claw, they also could go Hydration Rain Dance, so that way...
Well, I'm not allowed to go Dire Claw.
Or not Dire Claw, I mean Poison Touch, sorry.
Blastoise doesn't get Hydration. Does it?
Certainly does. Or sorry, not Hydration, I was thinking of Rain Dish. But it essentially helps heal it, recover whatever damage you're doing.
I mean, I do think Poison Touch is the best set here. I don't think Unburden's super necessary unless I'm really worried about something like a D-Dance Gouging Fire. And I feel like Scarm feels intuitive to run against me. As the check, which makes me want to just, like, find a way to break through Skarmory. I mean, I could just run U-turn and then not have to stress about it. If I'm Poison Touch, I can just go, like, U-turn, close combat, Poison Jab.
Because, like, looking at it, one of the things I see is even if you were +2, close combat isn't guaranteed to 2-shot, and if they run leftovers, it's guaranteed to be a 3-shot. And if they just then run Earthquake, I think it Okos your Sneasler.
The base Sneasler set is a Battle Spot single set, so it's level 50. So I actually have to manually shift it to level 100. Everybody complaining about level 50 being harder in the calc, and then I have to switch the Sneasler set. I don't know what item yet, but let's assume Jolly to outspeed Terrakion. I could run Swords Dance, but I don't actually think I want to. A small part of me thinks either like Taunt or Fire Punch would be better coverage, just because it covers Ariados and Decidueye. Taunt shuts down like
depends on
hazards and stuff.
I guess it depends on what item you want to go for the Sneasler. Like, if you want to go Choice Band, just hit hard, spam priority or whatever. Well, not priority, I mean spam momentum with U-turn. That could be an option.
Do you think I can get away with T-Spikes?
I don't know, only because it feels like they have a lot of removal options.
But they're not going to be running a lot of boots, I assume. And, like...
I guess it's a question of whether or not they bring the Ariados.
But I don't have to use Sneasler right away. I can use Sneasler... Like, Ariados, if it comes, is setting up webs. That's its goal, right? All of my removal, shout out to Godbear, is defog. So it actually doesn't make sense for me to use Sneasler early if Ariados shows up for a couple of reasons. One, obviously Ariados can remove the T-Spikes for free. And two, I only have access to defog as my removal. So... I don't really want to set up T-Spikes right away. That would be like a mid-game kind of option to shut down like a Shell Smash Blastoise sweep. And maybe Gouging Fire as well. The problem is Gouging Fire could run boots, but... Alright, we'll finish up on the Sneasler set later. We'll come back to that. But the big one here that was immediately addressed, the bear in the room, is that Ursaluna Blood Moon is crazy here. Absolutely insane. Like, there's a... As ridiculous as it sounds, I'm almost tempted by Specs Blood Moon.
I mean, I would not be opposed to it in this case. Other than Gardevoir and Ariados, what's their answer to, say, a Vacuum Wave with specs? Zapdos?
Decidueye, technically.
Well, Decidueye would still get hit by it.
That's true. Although it has pretty good Spadef.
Yeah.
Wait, does Mind's Eye... Oh, fighting and normal moves hit Ghost. Okay, so it's the same as Scrappy.
Yep.
I didn't know if it was just normal moves hit Ghost. I don't know why they made the different ability name. Well, this one also... Accuracy
can't be lowered, yeah.
Ignores evasiveness. But the big thing here is that sort of beyond just how spammable its moves are, Trick Room is also pretty solid here because it is one of the slowest mons here, and the mons that are slower don't threaten it.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't expect them to bring webs, just because your team's already, in general, a lot slower than theirs.
Yeah. So do I run... So Blood Moon... I probably am supposed to have Vacuum Wave just for the situations where like Terrakion is getting out of hand or something.
Yeah, because with no Terra, it really helps. I think the only real... answer they have for it is going to be the Gardevoir.
This thing gets Belly Drum. That'd be funny. I'm not going to do that, but it'd be funny. I could just run like a stray Gunk Shot or something. But I don't even know if I need to. Like, I feel like I could even just run Hyper Voice, possibly a Throat Spray. Because Gardevoir doesn't OHKO me back. I can run Chople to avoid the Focus Blast. Like, honestly, if I just go like Blood Moon, Vacuum Wave, Hyper Voice, Earth Power, Choppleberry. It's like I don't even really want to run Earth Power, I just feel like I am supposed to, but I don't even know if I need to. Because I could just run Moonlight. Like Hyper Voice. I could not run Hyper Voice. If I'm not running Throat Spray, Hyper Voice is kind of a weird move to have.
Yeah, because it's one of those... Realistically, Hyper Voice, you're only clicking once unless you're not planning on bringing Blood Moon at all.
Well, I need something to click in between Blood Moon turns, right?
Protect.
That's true. I could run Blood Moon, Vacuum Wave, Protect, and another move.
Yeah, I'm trying to think through what the correct answer is here.
I mean, it just feels like it hits so hard, and they just don't have clean switches for it. Skarm is not going to appreciate a Blood Moon. It'll take...
Especially if it swaps in and breaks Sturdy and you're not choice locked, then, you know, a Vacuum Wave is just going to do some damage.
Well, that's why it's so tempting to me to bring, like bring a Throat Spray or something with the Hyper Voice set, because...
I don't hate it, especially because if you were to run Hyper Voice before the +1, if they were to switch the Skarmory on it, you're still doing, you know, assuming they go max HP, you're still doing 30 to 35%. Get the Hyper Voice +1.
Blood Moon kills.
It looks like if they're max HP, they would swap in, live a hit.
Take the Hyper Voice at 30%, and then Blood Moon does 77%.
If you run both of them, then yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd run both of them because there's no reason not to. An alternative to Hyper Voice for that set is Snarl, which does a little bit less to the Scarm, but covers the Gardevoir switch in a little better. Makes it way less threatening.
The only thing to be careful with that is if they pick up on it once, the next time they might switch in Terracotta if they can get the read and get the justified pop.
But I wouldn't go for it more than once because I wouldn't have the Throat Spray anymore.
That's true.
I mean, I just don't know if they can switch a Terrakion in against an Ursaluna anyway.
Yeah.
And like... Terrakion takes 50% from a +1 vacuum wave. If I go this route. And it dies to an Earth Power. Like, why am I not just Specs? Specs, Blood Moon, switch out.
The biggest downside is you might get a kill, but that then lets them bring in something that can set up. So, like, you know, let's just say you Specs, Blood Moon, kill the Gardevoir. They come in with the Gouging Fire, Quick Dragon Dance. What's the answer?
I mean, Vaporeon.
Yeah.
Or Diancie, realistically.
Let's see.
I do think Diancie comes, and I think it's like going to be a Diamond Storm Body Press set because that covers everything, actually, except for like Donphan and Skarmory. And I'm fine switching out against those. So, like, if I bring Diancie with Body Press, Diamond Storm, Trick Room, Stealth Rock. Or if I don't want to go Stealth Rock, I can go, like, just Baton Pass. Oh, I can't Baton Pass with my Diamond Storm, though. I'm not sure if I'm legally allowed to have them on the same set or not, to be honest. Even if I never actually pass the boost. Some leagues it's worded in a way that it's like you're not actually allowed to have those together. So yeah, just like Stealth Rock. Body Press, Diamond Storm, Trick Room, Stealth Rock. Leftovers. Max HP, max defense. Boa, Impish. I guess I could run minus speed nature, but I don't know if I care to actually even bother with that. Just guarantees I underspeed Donphan in Trick Room, I guess. But I'm not... I mean, yeah, if I get off a Diamond Storm and the defense boost pops, then I don't really care about Donphan anyway. I just body press until it eventually dies.
Alright, 1 second. I gotta mute up real quick.
Alright, well, we're gonna look at a just offensive Sneasler. Let's try that for a second. Ursaluna, I'm still a little unsure how best to manifest this set, but it just feels so dominant. Especially if I'm giving it a Trick Room option here.
Sorry, I'm back. I got a call, and it was just an automated message.
Oh, those are my favorite.
Well, it's like it had a local phone number because it's our local pest control, and so I'm like, oh, this might be something actual serious, but no, they're just reminding me about an appointment.
I still have a Massachusetts phone number, like an area code, and so I get called by the governor whenever they declare a state of emergency or a heat emergency for Massachusetts, even though I don't live there anymore.
Nice.
And I'm like, well, it doesn't really matter to me if the city of Boston is in a heat emergency because I'm hours and hours away from that. Probably in the same weather pattern, you know, still in New England, but not directly impacted.
Yeah, but I don't hate the idea of the choice specs on the Blood Moon. It's just got to be very careful if they have anything that can set up, just because, you know, Blastoise Shell Smash could get a free turn. Granted, the
other thing is that
Rillaboom
I don't
helps with
need
that.
it. I can just run Calm Mind, and then I don't need to be specs. Like, if I just run Calm Mind, Moonlight, Vacuum Wave, Blood Moon.
I think that's valid.
With, like, a Chopper.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. But my only thought is it's one of those, if they do the damage calc and find out, then it could potentially let them, you know, take advantage if they have a setup mon. Granted, I feel like two of their best setup mons, Rillaboom Grassy Glide just deals with.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't deal with the Gouging Fire quite as immediately.
No, but that, like you said, you could potentially do the Diancie or the Vaporeon. The Diancie, if they are ballsy enough to run Earthquake against a Grassy Surge, at that point you just kind of gotta tip the hat, or if they want to waste a move slot for the Iron Head. But I feel like Vaporeon's the safer play, because at best they run Thunderfang, and I don't think Thunderfang's doing enough, and you could potentially, with Vaporeon, run just Haze. Or something like that. I'm 90% sure Vaporeon gets Haze. Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does.
Yeah. You could run Haze, you could run Roar.
I don't even know what I want to run on this Rillaboom. Maybe just Life Orb, but... I could run Mirror Herb to bring it in on the Blastoise.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Let me run the calc here. I don't know if they would bring Blastoise.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that you have.
Yeah. Well, the problem that I'm seeing with Rillaboom, maybe I run Protective Pads to be honest for the Zapdos, because basically, every time it comes in against Terrakion or Blastoise, they're going to go Zapdos or Skarmory or Gouging Fire. Right? Like, the problem that I'm facing with it and with Scizor is that they have, like, a million quad resists. Or just at least resist. Like, Blastoise is great to target with it. Like, am I supposed to be, like, a sub-seed set that just also incidentally has Grassy Glide just in case?
Couldn't be bad. Also, something that might be interesting here, if they were to run the Shell Smash set, they can live a Grassy Glide and still kill you with Ice Beam after a Shell Smash. Do I think they bring that? No. But it's interesting to think about that they could potentially run the Shell Smash, have the White Herb pop, have just enough special attack in that they guarantee kill you within the Ice Beam, and then have enough bulk after that to guarantee they live a choice banded Grassy Glide.
That power reduction for Grassy Glide is such a significant thing.
It really is.
I don't really care about speed on Rillaboom, to be honest. I really only care about attack. Because Grassy Glide's going to cover the speed thing for me. Definitely want Vaporeon here. So one thing that was mentioned was that if I run Water Absorb, then Gardevoir can switch in and trace Water Absorb.
Yep.
That still doesn't necessarily mean I don't want to run Water Absorb.
No, especially because they've got the Blastoise that could be handy.
And Hydration doesn't do anything. And Water Absorb doesn't help the Gardevoir in any other capacity other than stopping, like, Scald from Vaporeon.
Yeah, it just stops. It potentially just stops the Vaporeon set. I believe Vaporeon gets Shadow Ball, so if you just run the 2 moves, you could be covered that way.
That's true.
Because their only real water resists are the Decidueye, Blastoise, and Gardevoir. The Decidueye and the Gardevoir do not like Shadow Ball. So it's just a question of outlasting the Blastoise. So you could potentially do some sort of setup set with a like, honestly, if you wanted to be evil, Acid Armor, Calm Mind, Wish, Shadow Ball, because they only have 1 Ghost Resist and it's not an immunity.
They don't have a normal type.
Yeah, their only resist is Scrafty, and I don't know how viable it is in this matchup.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, I take it back. Scrafty could be good because your fighting answers aren't the best.
No, I have no fighting.
Terracon is, but Terracon's the better answer for that.
I don't know if Shadow Ball actually does enough damage to justify that, though, even after some boosts.
I mean, just run Covert Cloak, so that way if they run Poison Jab or something, you're just sitting there fine.
That's really funny. You know what? If we're going to do mocks, let's try that set.
Alright. I will intentionally bring the Scrafty just to see how it does in comparison. So that way, you know, worst case scenario, you get to see what they're doing.
I mean, is that actually better than just running Hydration Scald? I don't think so. Maybe.
Yeah, and the other thing is if they're bringing Blastoise, there is a very strong possibility they're running Haze on that thing, so that might not be the set. Just because I feel like Haze is a good answer they have to potentially stop some of your Sweepermons, such as Swords Dance Rillaboom, since they can calc to live a +2, Swords Dance Sneasler, Calm Mind Blood Moon. So Haze might be an option for him on the Blastoise, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to run that Vaporeon set. I don't know if it makes a ton of sense. I think I need either Roar or Haze myself. I wish I got Toxic still. That'd be really, really good here. I mean, Yawn is an interesting option.
That is.
So Scald, Wish, Haze, Shadow Ball, Vaporeon. That is definitely a set that I could run. Scald is just so spammable. I probably am supposed to be Hydration.
I feel like what's the Gardevoir necessarily doing back to you? Thunderbolt?
T-Bolt or Energy Ball for sure. Setting up CMs a little bit. Yeah, no, we'll go Water Absorb here. We can run Leftovers on this and then Citrus on the Diancie. That's fine. This needs the constant recovery a little bit more. And I don't care about special attack investment, so we'll go with Spadef. I mean, I think this thing most of the time... The other reason that I could run Hydration is if I wanted to run Flip Turn.
Yeah.
But I think most of the time this just clicks Wish. And then goes into the appropriate switch into things.
I'm not gonna lie, I hate Haze as a move so much because there's no answer for it.
But it does answer things that there is otherwise no answer for, so I feel like there is some validity to it existing as a move.
Well, like, I get it, but it just, like, Clear Amulet doesn't work, Mist doesn't work, Prankster mons that get Haze, Dark types aren't even immune.
Alright, so last Mon. We've got Hydreigon,
I feel like we need
Scizor,
another
Bronzong.
physical threat here, because it really feels like you've got three... Well, no, Diancie you're running is physical, so maybe Hydreigon wouldn't be bad.
They really don't have great answers to... It's Stab Spam. Plus, like, Flash Cannon.
Yeah. Honestly, you could just run Flash Cannon, Flamethrower, and then a Dragon move.
I mean, Dark Pulse is actually probably its most spammable move.
I mean,
Or type.
Scrafty and Terracon both kind of appreciate it.
Scrafty is the one, like, check to this for sure. That's, like, pretty safe. I mean, I think I run, like, Draco Meteor, Flash Cannon. I could run T-Wave.
What would the T-Wave be for?
The likely switch-ins. It covers the possible Gardevoir switch-in on Draco Meteor. It covers Terrakion and Scrafty trying to catch a dark move. Not specifically for speed, just for general, like, utility for the rest of the team. Although, I mean, would it be better for me to just run Nasty Plot?
Well,
Wait, is a D-Dance set better?
that's what I'm kind of wondering right now, because, like, off the bat, I feel like Scrafty, if it comes in, if it's Shed Skin, it's just going to be able to switch in on Hydreigon almost every time, because what does Hydreigon have to hit Scrafty?
On the physical side, it's got, like, superpower. Or did it lose superpower?
I think it
has
lost
acrobatics.
superpower. It's got Focus Blast if you wanted to run special.
Yeah, it's got and Scrafty usually has, like, Intimidate and stuff, but it's got acrobatics, which is kind of interesting on the physical side.
Yeah, I mean, you could run the Dragon Dance set and then maybe give out either a Resist Berry or something to pop with the Intimidate, or pop with the Hydreigon, so you can then start running Acrobatics.
I don't feel like running Acrobatics. It also has
Dual Wing Beat.
Dual Wing Beat and Fly. Does it have Dual Wing Beat? No, it doesn't have Dual Wing Beat.
Yep.
Oh, it does. It does, okay.
I was gonna say, I could have sworn I saw it.
The problem with physical is that it runs into hitting the Zapdos. Because I would still need a dragon move, so it would have to be like Dragon Dance. Probably not Outrage, because then Gardevoir just gets in for free at some point, so... Scale Shot, which is sketchy. It doesn't get Dragon Claw, so... No, I do think Special is going to be better here. The speed is nice, but I don't think it's necessary. This thing gets some weird moves.
It does. I think this could be the Throat Spray Mon if you wanted.
I was looking at that as a possibility. I'm thinking probably just Eject Pack, but... Just slam a Draco Meteor into something. If Gardevoir does come in, it's risking everything else. Is there a way for me to Oko a Gardevoir to, like, truly punish that? Because I don't think Flash Cannon's going to Oko Gardevoir, let's be honest.
Let's see.
No, it's like 50%. But if there's a physical move that's super effective against Gardevoir... There's not. I could run Nasty Plot.
Good.
I think just like Eject Pack. So basically, I have Eject Pack Nasty Plot, so... First time I come in, I just want to click Draco and get out. On future turns, I can Nasty Plot. Flash Cannon then kills Gardevoir. Or I can even Nasty Plot, and the first time I come in on a switch in, and then Draco kills and I get out anyway. Eject Pack, though, has the one negative of Intimidate Scrafty getting me out immediately without me getting an attack off.
Alright. You want to hear my insane idea?
Let's hear it.
Dragon Dance, Crunch, Dual Wing Beat, and Fire Fang, with a Mirror Herb to catch the justified attack boost on the Terracon.
Do I kill it?
I
feel like I don't. I feel like Dual Wing Beat's not going to come anywhere near killing it even at +2.
Okay, yeah, I'd have to take some chip prior. By some chip, I mean roughly half.
Yeah.
And then even then, the Zapdos is an issue.
Yeah, I think I just have to accept the Eject Pack might allow Intimidate Scrafty to come in and switch me out one time. But even if it does, like... Sure, I didn't get damage off, which would have been nice. But I just get a free switch into something against Crafty.
So when looking at this team, there was one mon that I thought I was used to your last team having that I thought you had on this one, and I thought it would have gone so hard here.
What did my last team have?
Diagonal.
Freeze dry is just a good move.
Yeah, I think it's a requirement on any rain team to have a freeze dry mon, because it is just so strong as a parent. Yeah, it's too bad you don't have a mon that can really spam ice moves here, because it kind of goes hard against their team.
Should have drafted better.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I gotta give you a 0 on the scale for your grade.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I think this draft is it's one of the I've been the least involved in, you know, like I just wasn't tuned into this one, just really checked out. Could have done so much more. All right, Sneasler's item we're still kind of trying to figure out here. Like I could go Lorb, I could go Punching Glove. That's kind of interesting. Does it get Drain Punch? It does not get Drain Punch. I did not realize it did not get Drain Punch. Okay. I don't know. I don't really want to be banded here. Because it just means I have to U-turn all the time, because otherwise Decidueye comes in on close combats forever. Whereas if I'm like Life Orb, then I at least get to switch my moves up. But I take a lot of chip, and if Skarmory's Rocky Helmet, then I'm just like taking a lot of chip. Scarf is nice because it allows me to outspeed the Gouging Fire late, potentially, if it tries to set up. I could go like Muscle Band. Godbear, welcome. By the way.
Oh, is he in the Discord? Or not in the Discord, in the chat?
Yeah,
no, see, Godbear, if Goldo would have drafted something more like what you drafted, his team would be great, but instead we got this mess.
So there's two problems here. This runs directly into Zapdos, and doesn't really have a great way of dealing with it other than getting a lucky Poison Touch proc. And just get staticked, most likely. So I think what I actually want to do is run Protective Pads on this. And
yeah,
then...
I think Protective Pads here makes more sense, and then you can go with more of the Leech Seed recovery protect set on the Rillaboom.
Yeah, we'll go Leech Seed, Rillaboom. Man, I wish there were gems still. I would run Grass Gem so fast in this matchup.
Wish what was in this gen?
Grass Gem,
Oh yeah.
but non-normal gems. I wish were still in the game. I mean, I could run Mirror Herb on the Rillaboom still, just to see. But I don't really need it to be Mirror Herb for the most part. I'm not even honestly sure if I run Rillaboom. It just lets Zapdos in. And Skarmory in. I guess I Leech Seed. Leech Subseed is fine. I could run a big route.
I mean, it's not bad. Leftovers do kind of go hard here just because there are some mons you can bring this in on.
Yeah.
Because
I just need to take
them
them
their
off.
team.
I should take him off Vaporeon then, which is doable.
Yeah, because the one thing here is they have nothing that can really switch in on a leech seed. It's just free every time kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then as for Vaporeon's item,
Red card is a temptation. I know I'm running Haze already, but like they do have a lot of setup. I don't have any removal,
I mean,
so boots are
you
also.
could run weakness policy for their discharge.
I'm not running any setup on this thing, so I don't think the weakness policy is gonna like. I'm not. If I
Come
take
on,
it.
weakness policy Haze is a goated combo.
That's true. I'm running anti setup on this thing specifically.
Yeah, you're telling me that those two things don't go together? That's just you're insane.
I mean, covert cloak is still an option. Boots are.
I tend to like Covert Cloak more on the setups just because then that eliminates a lot of the stuff they can do if they didn't have a mon that I think is very fair to bring. So maybe Leftovers is better on this, and then Rillaboom. Trying to think. Yeah, Big Root's honestly the one thing that's kind of jumping out, unless you wanted to run Terrain Extender.
Terrain extender. Oh, do I need?
You know,
grassy
really trick your
terrain?
opponent into thinking you're running a.
Do I need longer grassy terrain?
Yeah, make your opponent convinced that you're running a Burn Sneasler with a Grassy Seed.
I know. It just lasts forever. I mean, I could also run Grassy Seed on this. I could run like a Miracle Seed just for a little bit of extra Grassy Glide damage. I could run a Lumberry. Lum's not the worst, because it does mean that if Static does pop, I get out of it.
Yeah. Calypsy Berry goes hard.
What berry? Kelpsy berry?
Kelpsy, whatever it is. However it's pronounced.
Cannot be eaten by the holder. No effect when eaten with Bug Biter Plug.
I think that goes hard. Why is it in that category? That's my question.
That's true. Why is it? Yeah. Why is it in these items? It's like not the useless items category. Usually, like big roots in usually useless items. Like, what? Why is Kelpsy Berry up there?
What does Rillaboom get Trick or Switcheroo or anything like that?
No. Do I run Air Balloon Rillaboom so I don't get the Grassy Glide buff?
Oh yeah, perfect. You know, does Rillaboom get anything to switch items?
It might get Fling.
Damn. Because the other thought I had was if you could trick the item onto it, I feel like Zapdos is the guaranteed swap into this. Just trick ring target.
So I mean, Rocky Helmet is always like kind of a default fine option.
That's true.
It doesn't. It's not great. It's not, you know, useless. Life Orb is also fine. It's extra damage. I'm recovering it. I'm a Subseed set, so like Life Orb feels weird, but then also like Leech Seed plus Grassy Terrain recovery is going to get me a lot of HP back. I really don't see anything else that I like care deeply about. Like, I guess I could also technically run boots. I don't think that's worth it on this, but I could do it because I don't have boots anywhere else. I love that heavy duty boots being introduced in the game made everyone put item claws into the like every league, and then like my opponent has webs, you know, they have spikes, they have T spikes,
Yeah.
and I'm like, meh, don't need boots in this matchup. Don't need removal.
Don't even need
boots.
removal.
I have no way on the current build to stop Ariados turn 1 just setting up webs, and then just having to deal with it the whole game. That's why I'm like, maybe I don't bring Rillaboom here.
Yeah, so if you're not gonna bring Rillaboom, I like bringing Scizor at the very least, because one, you get Defog as an option, but two, you still have a priority move that can stop Terracon from just sweeping.
Yeah, and I still have knockoff. Like, it has all the same pressures that Rillaboom has without the Leech Seed, I guess, but it adds Defog instead.
Yeah.
I mean, alternatively, I just bring Specs
Ariados, you could just lead dual Wing Beat.
Yeah. Let's try the Scizor first. I'm just not seeing this Rillaboom set yet. Maybe I'll think differently later.
The Rillaboom set, I feel like, would go a lot harder if they didn't have the Zapdos.
So I can't have knockoff, dual wing beat, bullet punch, and defog in U-turn. So but I think I'm going dual wing beat. I should probably bring defog. Knockoff is just such good utility here. Do I not run U-turn on Scizor? That feels wrong. I have to forego either dual wing beat, knockoff, defog, or U-turn. Zapdos is so annoying.
It is.
Unironically, hold on. Like, completely unironically, is this an Oricorio matchup? The biggest fear of mine is that Gardevoir takes Dancer if I Quiver Dance. But otherwise, Oricorio, like, flying is actually pretty spammable along with, like, paired with fire coverage. But mostly just flying. I mean, maybe it's just Noctowl. Maybe we're just overlooking.
I mean, Noctowl running
Noctowl
agility, throat spray, hyper, just kind
Maybe we're just overlooking how obscene Tinted Lens is here.
I mean, if you can land their hurricanes, they hit hard.
They hit so hard. Alright, well, I'm going to give this little guy a shot. Because that's how I play the game of Pokemon.
Do you do agility?
I'm looking at not running Air Slash, running Agility. Or I just don't run D5.
You could also run Tailwind, so that way you potentially can pass the speed boost on to the next one that comes in.
It's true. Noctowl is probably not surviving long enough to really justify Agility anyway, so might as well pass it along. 346 over 2. $173. So Noctowl doesn't need any speed to guarantee outspeed Terrakion after a Tailwind. If I wanted to outspeed a Scarf Terrakion, I would need to get to 259, which I don't even know if I can do without being Jolly, so we're not going to worry about that too much. What about Gouging Fire at +1? I would need 207 to outspeed Gouging Fire. Let's do that. Alright, Finfin, you ready to try whatever this chaos is for a first build?
Yeah, give me a sec.
We can do Terra Preview. Also, I have to look at what this looks like on my my layout that I have, my beautiful layout.
Okay. That would give us a second to switch back over.
What does this layout look like? Nice. What a good layout. Yeah, we'll see what this looks like. Alright. It actually doesn't look too terrible on this layout. It's a little awkward. If I make it bigger, what happens? That's smaller. Nah, it's got to be kind of exactly this size. Alright.
Alright.
So no Scrafty. Turn 1. Let's go. Yo, imagine if I was running like weakness policy on this Hydreigon.
It would go hard.
Oh, you are scarfed. Okay.
It could have gone hard.
Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I mean, I feel like probably not supposed to lead with that Hydreigon set, but it could have been cool. I could run D-Dan's weakness policy for a lead like that, situation like that. Because I think it lost agility. I think it's...
Yeah, because I feel like whatever they've got that... You know, because I'm assuming they're going to have some sort of... So that way a setup sweep doesn't just, you know...
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, leading Hydreigon was ambitious, but... I guess I was supposed to just Draco turn 1. That's fine. Get that poison touch poison. Just a straight Hydro on Blastoise.
You know, it felt fun.
Dragon Pulse. Alright. No, the crit.
Oh, it's going to matter all right.
Looking at this right now, Moonblast goes so hard.
Like, on the Gardevoir or just in general?
No, on Diancie right now, for me.
Yeah, their only real fairy answers are Skarmory and Ariados.
Yeah, so like, could I run like a setup set? With Diancie?
Does Diancie get Mystical Fire?
Nope.
Yeah, because that would be very helpful against...
I mean, it gets Power Gem. Because it's...
Yeah, I was just trying to see if it gets super effective.
Yeah. I'll think about that. Baited. Baited the rapid spin, so now that you outspeed the Ursaluna.
What is the bullet here?
Oh.
Oh, you're in Vacuum Wave, okay.
Yeah, I had to kill you.
Well,
Obviously.
I knew we talked about running Hyper Voice with it as well, but I also couldn't recall if you ended up adding an Earth Power or anything for something like Gouging Fire or Terracon.
Who needs it when you can just click Blood Moon over and over again? That's so much damage. Okay. I wish there was a Trick Room Extender item.
Yeah, that's one of the things where I'm like, some of those would be very beneficial. Process the conversion without.
Trakion didn't lose Rock Polish, right? Still has it.
It lost it.
Does it have a way to boost its speed?
Out
Other
of fear
than
of revealing my plan, I refuse to answer. On the grounds that it may incriminate me.
I mean, Scary Face, I guess, technically. Quick attack. Okay, I don't see it, but maybe I'll find it. Yo, Blunder Sacred Sword, though.
Oh, yeah. We're bringing big brain strats out.
Clearly. Okay. Oh, that's a big burn. That's a huge burn, essentially.
I'm an idiot.
Okay.
I clicked high horsepower because in my head I'm like, oh yeah, this is, you know, stab ground
great
fighting,
tusk.
not rock.
You think
Yeah,
it,
so
you
like,
think it out here
okay,
it's great tusk?
the high horsepower slight increase in damage will make it so it's not a roll for me to kill here. Oh, but I was an idiot. What a fool I was.
Young and naive.
Oh, come on, stay in. Don't you want to have fun with me?
Every day.
Oh, this again, huh?
We are so back. That's acceptable, I think.
Unacceptable conditions!
Well, this is an interesting spot, actually. So, alright, just so that I can walk through my thought process on this particular turn. I can actually go Sneasler here. Which is kind of funny. I assume U-turn kills. If it doesn't, then I'm in a lot of trouble. That would then you turn into Ursaluna Blood Moon and just get a free Blood Moon turn off on the following turn. Gouging Fire is sort of forced to come in and get a kill. I still have Trick Room up, and then I can go Noctowl, and that should kill 2 Mons, and then Sneasler should kill the last. If you switch, it's functionally the same. If you turn, so I should probably calc if you turn kills, I guess, because if you turn doesn't kill, then that play doesn't make a lick of sense.
Yeah.
Well, let's actually just import my actual sets into this calc. The other choice is obviously just going straight into Ursaluna. If you have no bulk, U-turn is a guaranteed kill. If you have literally any bulk, it is not. I could go Noctowl as well. That's Sneasler versus Noctowl instead of Noctowl versus Gardevoir. Whoops. Hyper Voice is doing exactly as much exactly as much as U-turn. Interesting. Okay. All right. So sacking Donphan. We did buy time for a Blood Moon there. No! Do I lose now? Do I lose now? Noctowl does not live, right? Not a chance. Wow, I just lose now.
I think possibly, because you don't have priority on the Sneasler.
Yeah.
I don't think you outspeed me, and even if Noctowl lives, it should then be within range of either Zapdos or Gardevoir to finish off.
No, Noctowl, there's a 0% chance
But
Noctowl is living this. Yeah. Okay, so obviously sacking Hydreigon, not ideal.
Yeah, if they go hard into Gardevoir, it's either going to be AV and likely the Flash Cannon, or it's going to be Scarf at that point.
But I'm looking at this again, and I'm actually thinking that I can run a completely different Diancie set and be probably happier about it. I think I do need some more priority, so Noctowl is probably not the choice, but that's why we do this.
Yeah, the other thing is it feels like Ursaluna goes hard, but it's not doing enough. Like at the end game there, the fact that I was able to live both the Blood Moon and the Vacuum Wave really just let me kind of set up there with limited punishment.
Well, I don't know if I didn't really need the Chople for any particular purpose, so I can also swap that out for like Maybe like Wise Glasses, honestly.
Wise Glasses might not be bad. Life Orb could be good since you're running Moonlight with it.
Yeah, maybe I'll try the Life Orb here. And then let's just go like that. All right, you got time for one more?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Moonblast against them is kind of free for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's like actually kind of insane how way off base I was in prep versus when I actually looked at the matchup for what I should be doing with the Diancie. Because if Diancie's special, then Donphan cannot safely come in there.
Yeah, no, they've got to either take advantage of the sturdy. The only thing to be aware of, though, is if they are afraid of the Diancie, I could see... Like, I'll be honest, the fourth move I had on Gouging Fire was Iron Head. And if they run, say, Heavy Slam on Donphan, it could potentially, especially if Sturdy's still up, could just wreck the Diancie.
I mean, I think instead of like Stealth Rock, though, I can just click Moonblast and then get out until I'm ready to set up a TR.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's a bad course of action.
Alright, I put Scizor on. I'm not sure if Scizor is better than the Rillaboom. We'll have to see if this matchup goes better.
I like it just because if they do go hazards, you have an option with Defog, and it feels like...
Yeah.
And it feels like you have potential more options, like the Gouging Fire, at the very least, it's only a single resist to pull a bunch in, as opposed to the quad. So we'll see.
I mean, I could run Quick Attack if I wanted over Bullet Punch just to have the less abusable thing, but... Ow.
Oh, damn, that's gonna hurt.
The special attack drop?
Yep, I needed that.
Yeah. $39. That is an offensive Donphan. It's like really offensive Donphan. It's like max attack. Okay.
Oh, we're making some bold assumptions here. Just because it deals a lot of damage? You don't know.
You don't know my life. So this is an interesting situation because you're just never staying in here, I don't think. Like, Ice Spinner doesn't kill. And so Gardevoir feels reasonable. How much am I willing to predict that? How much do I get
I was
punished?
gonna let you know. I've already locked in my move.
Sure, but how much do I get punished for? I'm just trying to think through it. Like in an actual game situation, like how much do I get punished for using Flash Cannon and you staying in? I eat a Ice Spinner and survive. If you go into Zapdos, which is the other reasonable switch, then I can just trust you're not going to go hard Gardevoir and probably Draco on the following turn. So there's really no punishment here. Head smash. All right, well, now there's certainly no punishment. Because Donphan's just dead now. And you don't know I'm not scarfed. Haha. Bold. I don't know if he would ever do this. Nah, you know, that's such good damage. It's too much that I can't pass that up. I can't pass that much damage.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could bait and see if you hard swap out because you're afraid of Scarf, or if you stay in.
I was willing to sack to scout if you're scarfed, because I also don't know if it's Scarf Gardevoir. I mean, the way you came in on that, it would have to be, but I just would be surprised that I clicked Flash Cannon multiple times, you know, if he ever brought the Gardevoir in there, period. Okay. Maybe I should run Rocky Helmet Diancie just for this stupid Zapdos interaction. Wow.
Never punished.
Wow.
Never punished. I am a genius.
What is it like? What is it like? Goddamn, if that happens in the actual battle.
I am a genius.
What is it like?
It's nice.
We'll pick up one kill here, I guess. In this particular iteration of Trick Room. Oh, I got you back a little bit, I guess. The way I'm playing the Sneasler, maybe, I mean, Protective Pads is just helpful against the Zapdos, I guess. I was gonna say, maybe I should just be Scarfed. Just for, like, the bailout option, you know?
Yeah, potentially. Like, I'll be honest, the reason I keep sacking Blastoise for letting it go down with, like, its ease is because it's been the Sneasler answer. I've had Rocky Helmet on it. And so, like, okay, I see your pads. That's why I'm not doing certain plays, because, like, okay, your pads. My entire plan for this goes down. Vaporeon's a free switch in every time.
Got it. Yeah, it is interesting that pads like blocks me from getting information about my opponent's roster and moves and items, especially in an item clause league. That's like kind of an interesting,
Yeah.
byproduct of it. But I think it's worth it. Elisa, welcome to the stream. Your favorite Star Wars nerd is here with me.
Oh, high praise.
We're just doing some prep here for this battle. Battle's on Thursday night, sometime like 8 p.m. Eastern time, roughly. How does photosynthesis work with haze?
Because it's an ability, haze does not affect it.
Got it.
I'm 99% sure on that. I could be wrong, but I want to say we found out that haze does not touch it.
That seems correct. I think I needed that damage. I think that's important. I'm not sure. I have to live one hit. Okay, we're good. How much PP does Dragonlance have? 31? 32? I mean, is it literally just haze until I die, until they kill me? Is that where I'm supposed to be right now? Like, I honestly think that's correct, and I have more haze PP than they have Dragonlance PP. Okay, thanks for speeding that up.
Well, I'll be honest, part of my thought process was because you're lefties, you win that interaction.
That's true. I think I would live a +1 anyway if I had gone straight over Saluna, but I didn't think I needed Vaporeon to do anything else anyway. Okay, Scizor has this game now. Okay. That's enough for Scizor to win. Yeah, I do like Scizor.
It really goes hard here, especially with Gardevoir.
Yeah. And Zapdos doesn't feel like as much of a problem, at least the way that you're playing it right now. But even if it is a problem, like, Scizor does have a couple of options. Like, I am Lumberry. If I do get staticked one time, I do have the bailout, so I don't risk, getting parried on a Bullet Punch later. I do get some free damage on the Zapdos for that, so there is some play for that. I think the real issue I have with Scizor... You stepped in a rat trap again? That sounds incredibly painful, I think. Or just poisonous. I'm not sure. I guess either snap trap or just like a food trap. I'm not sure which it is. Either way, you should probably wash your foot. But garlic chili naan sounds delicious. Anyway, my worry is that Scizor, if they do bring Ariados, I'm not actually sure Dual Wing Beat stops it.
I mean, if they're Sash, doesn't it just kill?
Well, yeah, but like, am I leading Scizor into that?
Well, that's ultimately the question I think you need to have here is, do you bring Defog or do you anticipate the lead if they bring it? Because if you bring Defog, then you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
If you bring the Dual Wing Beat, then if you see Ariados, you need to lead.
So I think I bring Defog and Knockoff and ignore the possible lead matchup to stop the webs and instead just have Knockoff for like Zapdos, Blastoise, Donphan that can switch in on me. So I don't have to click Bullet Punch early, and then get rid of webs if they are up at some point. Now, Diancie, Ursaluna, Scizor, and Vaporeon do not care about webs. It's just Sneasler. And Hydreigon doesn't care, so it's just Sneasler. Which is good, I think,
Yeah,
for me overall.
I mean, that's part of the reason why I was saying, like, I don't think they bring webs against you. Because the other risk they have is if you anticipate it and you just bring White Herb, Unburdened Sneasler.
Yeah, that's fair. So if they're not bringing webs, am I supposed to run, like, T-Spike Sneasler? Because I don't think they would predict that at all.
I don't think so either, but I also feel like they have enough Spinmons that it's not going to be long-term effective. Like, it might get a Donphan poisoned or the Blastoise, but I feel like they don't really care much about it anyway.
Yeah. I will say Calm Mind doesn't feel like it's doing anything to Ursaluna. I never get the chance to set it up. I don't think I'm going to.
I feel like Earth Power might be a better option for you, just because then, let's say you have the Trick Room set up.
Yeah, I have to kill the Gouging Fire on the second turn after clicking Blood Moon. I think Earth Power is correct.
Yeah,
I do actually like Moonlight.
Earth Power helps with that. It also helps if you just need to hit Terracon hard, because Vacuum Wave's only doing, so much.
Yeah, I do actually like the Moonlight.
Agreed.
It's actually working well, and with the Life Orb, it feels like it'll be decent. The new Diancie set seems good. I also put Calm Mind on that, but I'm not even sure I'm supposed to. Like, maybe I'm just supposed to keep Rocks as an option. And just go, like, Moonblast, Power Gem, Trick Room, Rocks. They have a couple of spinners, so Rocks are not, like, that valuable, but it shows me where the spin is, where the boots are, potentially. Alternatively to Stealth Rock, I could run like Reflect or Light Screen, perhaps. Or even just Baton Pass now. That might be better. Moonblast, Power Gem, Trick Room, Baton Pass. Sneasler is doing fine. It's doing exactly what I expected it to do. Scizor, I think with the knockoff is better. Vaporeon's a little bit awkward. It is a really good pivot, but it doesn't pressure anything really. And ends up in that weird situation with like Gouging Fire and stuff. But that said, that situation with Gouging Fire, you're right. With Leftovers, it was just in my favor, 100%. Like, because you would just...
Yeah, because...
I'm going to spam Haze forever, so eventually you're going to have to attack me. And if I get out of range of +1 Dragon Claw, then I just can Scald again and then do it again, so...
Yeah, once it gets revealed. Although it also was good for us to confirm that Haze did not impact...
Does not remove the photosynthesis. Now, I also think when I was at that percentage, the other play is just go harder Saluna. Because I think I live 2, we saw. Because it did like 30% or something. I live 2 without that Dragon Dance, and that means I live 1 with the Dragon Dance. So I could have gone harder Saluna, preserve Vaporeon, but I didn't think I needed to. But maybe I run Baton Pass over Shadow Ball with Vaporeon and just say I, sacrifice the hit on the Gardevoir for the slow pass, Baton Pass, which also feels good. Can I Wish Pass in this league, or is that banned?
That's allowed.
That's allowed? Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go pull up the rules real quick just to be safe.
Yeah,
but...
let's make sure of that, to be honest.
It
says Dry Pass. Baton Pass is allowed, but you're not allowed to pass stats or subs. It doesn't actually specify if Wish Pass is banned, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I haven't really seen any leagues where Wish Pass isn't.
I don't see why it would be. It's literally just like, if you're allowing me to click Flip Turn, you know, and Wish, then I should be allowed to click Baton Pass and Wish. Like, they're functionally the same. And yes, I'm Water Absorb. I know that if it gets into a situation where this is the last mon and Vaporeon's the last, and Gardevoir's the last mon, I lose. So maybe I'm supposed to be Hydration, but Water Absorb stops Blastoise from clicking Flip Turn. It stops Blastoise from clicking any scary water moves. I'm not especially defensive invested. I'm physically defensive invested, so that feels good. Hydreigon, maybe I am supposed to be Scarfed, but I don't know. The Eject Pack Draco feels good. I don't have to be Nasty Plot. I could have some speed boosting option here, or even Stealth Rock on the Hydreigon.
Stealth Rock on the Hydreigon might not be bad.
Yeah, it's probably better than Nasty Plot, or Tailwind.
I'm not super in love with Stealth Rock mainly because, again, they have a lot of spinners.
Yeah, but on the Hydreigon, it really doesn't cost as much as it does on the Diancie. Diancie has a bunch of moves it wants to click. Like, it's way oversaturated on moves. Whereas Hydreigon has, like, a free move slot, which makes, you know, something like Rock's okay.
Yeah. I mean, it does help pressure either the Zapdos or the Gouging Fire, since only one of them can be boots.
Yeah. Hydreigon's not going to get that many switch-ins. It also scouts out. It also would break Sturdy on the Donphan or prove that it's boots.
Yeah.
And then neither Gouging Fire nor Zapdos are boots.
Yeah. In this case, the only worry I have is there's nothing to stop them from spinning to protect it, so...
But it's more for information than it is for permanent damage.
That's fair.
I mean, alternatively, I just run Tailwind, and then if Hydreigon comes in, I can go Tailwind. If Gardevoir comes in, I can just click Flash Cannon and get big damage off, even if I'm going to die. Or U-Turn. I mean, I could just be U-Turn and a Jetpack.
I mean, if you're going to go U-Turn on it, I almost feel like just throw Assault Vest.
Sure.
Just because on their team, Assault Vest will help you deal with Blastoise a little bit better, and potentially the Zapdos. I don't think even with Assault Vest,
but I don't think I want to be U-Turn because of the Zapdos, because I don't want to be paralyzed. So I feel like it's T-Wave, Tailwind, Stealth Rock, Reflect. He's kind of an out of left field, but not unreasonable choice.
Could also do Taunt.
Yeah, Taunt's interesting. Thief is also kind of funny.
Yeah, because Taunt could also be one of those, if they do happen to lead or bring the Ariados, you could lead that and just taunt them.
Yeah, it's not a bad lead. Taunt into Draco or into Flash Cannon or anything really.
Yeah. Because Taunt then could also potentially stop Dragon Dance on the Gouging Fire. If you're worried about that. Potentially stop hazards on the Skarmory or Roost recovery.
Do I outspeed a Gouging Fire? I don't remember what speed that thing is. I do, right?
You do. Gouging Fire is base 91.
Okay, yeah, I ran enough speed for that. But Tailwind gives a really interesting speed calc combination.
The only worry I have with Tailwind is you just kind of got to be careful with Trick Room. Not saying they can't be done in combination, but it is something where...
I mean, they're both so short that, like, Tailwind is 3 turns. Even if I go hard Diancie, immediately set up Trick Room, and then switch out, Tailwind's already gone. Right? Because it's the turn you switch Diancie, the turn you set up Trick Room, and the turn you switch out, and then Tailwind's done. That's all you have for Tailwind. So, it may do nothing, But right now we're looking at also moves that may do nothing, right? Like that's where we are with this Hydreigon right now, is like all of these moves are sort of you know? Like,
Yeah.
I could put Sub in this slot just so that I can scout the switch and guarantee get a Flash Cannon off on a Gardevoir and scout for Scarf. But then, like, Eject Pack seems really silly because my move to click against anything other than Gardevoir is Draco. And then I just wasted 25% of my HP. But it is free scouting. Or free, you know, exchange for HP scouting. Like, the move that's shouting to me right now is T-Wave.
I could see it.
Because all of the switch-ins to this, sans Zapdos, T-Wave just neuters. Now, like, it doesn't have a significant impact, perhaps, on something like a Scrafty or a Skarmory, but it's, like, still not bad, you know?
Yeah.
Donphan's never coming in on this thing because Draco's just going to delete it off the face of the planet. Gardevoir does not want to take a T-Wave. Terrakion does not want to take a T-Wave. So then Zapdos is the only switch in, at which point, now that you know I have T-Wave, the next time you're less likely to go into Gardevoir, which means I'm more likely to be able to click Draco on the Zapdos. Plus, even if the Zapdos comes in on the T-Wave the first time, I still go Draco, I still get out safely, I still get into Diancie safely, and it's, you know, we're exactly where we were. And I think that's probably what I'm supposed to do.
I think it makes the most sense.
I think it's the fourth move that gives the most utility on this Hydreigon set. Alright, last thing we have to do before we end this stream is come up with nicknames. Godbear, are you still here? This is your team. It is the first week. Would love to get your input on that.
Let's see. What kind of theme could be done with this team?
Elisa, if you're still here as well, I'm sorry that you put your foot in a sticky food trap under the printer. Why did you put your foot under the printer is another question. But you're also welcome to help with nicknames if you are still around.
I mean, we could do, like, say, famous rappers. Like, Scizor could be Eminem, and Vaporeon could, say, be P. Diddy.
Nah, Godbear, you're here. It's week 1. You drafted this team. Come on, you gotta at least give us a theme to work with. We can do the hard part, but you gotta give us something here.
I think my rapper suggestion goes hard.
I mean, rapping goes hard in general. Did I save this the second replay? I don't know if I did. Oops. Let's see, what's my full schedule? Has it been updated?
I think so.
Nope. I still play Scoops twice.
Nice. Let's see. You could do Ursaluna and call it Yogi.
Could do that. It is a
then
bear.
Could then do Vaporeon and go maybe like Scooby.
Yeah, they should not put... What? Are there rats under the printer? Is that a common place for rats to go? It seems like a weird place for rats to go.
If it's behind the printer, like it's a top-down printer on the floor.
Behind the printer, maybe, but like... If you're just walking up to the printer to pick up a paper and you stepped on it, it means that they're putting it somewhere that you would just like walk up to.
Yeah. Vaporeon, you could do, like, say, Panther or something like that.
It's just like vaguely the animal that things are based on, but like...
Basically, Hydreigon, you could do Cerberus.
Different types of cereals was Godbear's suggestion. Alright, we're gonna name you... You're gonna be Cheerios. Ursaluna Blood Moon is Cheerios. Sneasler feels like a... I don't know why it keeps popping up with Zoroark Hisui every time I click on this. Alright. Sneasler is going to be... You know, he reminds me of like a Frosted Flake. It's exactly 12 characters, so there we go.
Yeah, I almost feel like Ursaluna is more like Frosted Flake, since Ursaluna is probably the closest to Tony the Tiger.
Alright, we'll do Frosted Flake for Ursaluna. We'll even make it shiny. Oh no, shiny does not look like Frosted Flakes at all. Never mind. Let's see. Sneasler. I feel like Sneasler's got to be a sugary cereal though, because it's like, it's fast. You know, it's jittery.
I mean, what cereal these days isn't? Let me see.
Can I name it Reese's Puff?
Do Reese's Puff.
Or Cinnamon Toast Crunch is way too long of a name.
Just do CIN Toast Crunch. That might still be too long. Diancie, you could do Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is just too long. Diancie's Fruity Pebbles, I like that.
I don't know why, but Hydreigon almost gives me Captain Crunch vibes.
I was gonna say, someone's gotta be Captain Crunch. Vaporeon, I will name... Mini Wheat. That can be 2 words, I guess. Captain Crunch can also technically be 2 words by character limits.
Scizor, maybe Lucky Charms?
Down for that. And we still have Sneasler. Something sugary with a short name. What sugary cereals did I have as a kid? Like, Fruit Loops?
Let's see, you've got Honeycombs, Apple Jacks. Ooh, Apple Jack, if it's shiny, might not be bad.
Apple Jacks. I kind of want Scizor to be Apple Jacks now that you say that.
Oh yeah, but if you do that, it's gotta be shiny Scizor.
Yeah.
You could do Tricks for Sneasler.
Oh. Tricks is fun. Alright, I'm down. So, battle is Thursday night, 8 p.m.-ish Eastern time, somewhere between 8 and 11 p.m. Eastern time. That's what the competition was set for. So, Scoots is in England, I think, so should be earlier, on the earlier side than the later side. It might be 8 p.m. GMT now that I think about it, which is like 3 p.m. Eastern time. Still fine. Has no impact on my life. I just forgot that he's in England. Anyway, this season, just so everyone's aware, is 7 weeks long, but there are 14 teams in the league, which means I face a random subset of 7 of them, and then some number of us make playoffs. I don't know how many it is. If I win all my battles, I'll make playoffs. That's really all I have to say about it. I joined this league because it's a bunch of my friends who I know, and I don't face Finfin, I don't face Incog, I don't face Wolf, I don't face I do face Scoots, and I do face Mike. But yeah, anyway, 14 teams, 7 weeks, so 6 of the teams I just don't face, which is kind of interesting. And then we compare somehow to each other. I don't know how that's exactly going to go down, but it seems like it'll be a fun time. Thank you so much to Godbear for drafting and for coming up with the nickname theme and hanging out. Perhaps next week, Godbear, once you're back from all your cool stuff, we will have you on to help out with the prep stream, just as another option. But Finfin, thank you so much for joining me today. This is all the prep I'm going to do for this league, so if Scoots decides to go watch this, he will know exactly all of my sets at the very end. But
kind of bummed I'm not playing it now.
This is, yeah, this is 100% of the prep that I will be doing for this league. It will be uploaded to YouTube as well, so definitely check that out if you want to, although if you watched it here on Twitch, you don't need to. If you didn't watch it on Twitch, I'm streaming all of these team builders live, so come check those out. And otherwise, guess I'm uploading to YouTube again. That's new. And yeah. Anything else you want to add, Finfin?
Nope.
All right. This is how I prep a draft league team. This is like legitimately probably the most thorough prep I've done for a while. Usually I just build it very quickly and then mock until I feel comfortable, but wanted to go through it a little bit more thoroughly beforehand today. And yeah, I mean, this is what it takes to build a draft league team. We'll see if it works. If this system is cool and people enjoy it, then I'll keep doing it. That'll do it for me, though. Thank you all so much for watching. Let's see if anyone else is live to raid or if we are just going to end the stream there. Nope. All right. Take care, everybody.
See ya.